All right, so hello everyone. Nobody really knows me, right? At least not on YouTube. So this is my first little journey being on YouTube. Even though I've been a member for years, I just never posted content like that on here. But people uh, who've ever came across me or came across my page will probably know me or say that they know me more on YouTube, TikTok, and IG, and a few other platforms that I'm on. So nobody knows me. But I've been wanting to do podcasting for some time now. A lot of people say that they like to hear me talk or like to hear what I got to say. So it's a lot of things that kind of like frightens me as to doing podcasts. I watch a lot of podcasters. I watch a lot of content creators and influencers, so I can try to get a hang of things and try to learn the ropes as I go along. But I still have many fears as to being podcasters. And one of my biggest fears is that I don't want to travel down I don't want to get caught up in some twisted revolving triangle loophole where I'm just constantly searching and digging and being desperate for content. So that's one of the reasons. That's my biggest fear. Everything else I think I can pretty much handle. I just don't want to get to the point where I'm getting so high off of the views and off of the success of having subscribers and viewers and all of that stuff that I'm like, oh, I just gotta dive in this now and just get anything I can to create content off of. And I get it as on some aspects because I understand that everything can be turned into content. Like you see people all the time, they just do anything like slap each other, shoot fake guns, or like they just. I'm just giving examples. Like people do anything and turn it into content. So I understand that part. You know what I'm saying? But so I wanted to make this video. This video that I'm making now is basically a reaction to something I did on Facebook. I made a post on Facebook and it was about the T.I. and 50 Cent beef. Now, before I get into that, I just want to let it be known that I don't dwell off or get off into celebrity gossip. You will never see me get into celebrity gossip. You don't see it on my platform. None of that. I don't make posts about it. None of that. Unless it has something in there that has information that can help somebody or um, give somebody awareness. You know what I'm saying? That I try to stay in the realms of encouraging people, empowering people, enlightening people, giving people knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Those are my strengths. The celebrity gossip crap, I don't get off into because you see people like Tasha K and other podcasters and content creators and influencers that, they get themselves in trouble, man, talking about these people, and they don't understand. Like, it comes with a price, especially if you ain't get your facts right. You get your facts right about this, they gonna come after you. But anyways, to catch y'all up to speed, so I made a post about the T.I. and 50 Cent beef. Now, I wasn't really being on T.I.'s side. Now, I will say this: I listened to T.I.'s music. I had a lot of his music back in the day. I don't really have anything that he's brought out now. Although I've never been a fan of 50 Cent, I have listened to some of his music. Have I owned the album of 50 Cents? No. Have I owned the album of T.I.'s? I had a lot of his songs. I don't consider it an album because it was like mix and match. So, but you get what I'm saying. So, I don't follow their lifestyles like that. Like, I don't know what they got going on in their lives like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just trying to get y'all a hint of, where I stand with these guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow celebrities like that. I don't follow anything that they do. I hardly listen to anybody's music nowadays because it doesn't have much substance. I myself, I make music too. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. I'm kind of like dying down and trying to venture off into other realms like podcasting. I am a content creator. So that's another one of my strengths. But yeah, I don't follow these people like that. I don't believe I should follow these people like that. I feel like we as a people give these people too much energy, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because people will say, well, it's their job. They got to get paid off of it. But my thing is, what is it that they're giving you? What are you paying for? Because they enriching themselves off of you. And I have to say this. I know rappers and people in the industry have done things for communities and charities, right? But my thing is, how many people do they really help besides themselves? Because at the end of the day, what people fail to realize is they're enriching themselves off of you. You giving them your money, your time, and your energy. And how much of that is being given back? That's where I stand. And whether if anybody understands what I'm saying or not, that's my opinion. That's what I base everything that goes along with these people. That's what I base it on. Feel what I'm saying? So I don't follow these people. I don't listen to these songs. They got TV shows. I'm not watching them. I don't watch TV like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so back to what's going on. So yes, I made a post about the T.I. and 50 Cent beef, and I gave my perspective. So I watched the video on somebody's podcast. I can't remember who exactly it was, but it might have been Carcino. But they made a post, or they made a video, and Faison Love was talking about 50 Cent and how he doesn't, how he's just like the face for his TV shows, right? Now, as I said before, I don't follow these people. So I didn't know that he was just the face and that the writers and everybody are the real people behind. I don't watch his shows. How am I supposed to know that? But I had a lot of people coming after me because of this. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I said, this ain't mine. This not my lane. I make music, write songs, make content, and do other kind of things. You know what I'm saying? So this not my realm. Feel what I'm saying? But I felt slighted because I'm like, why is all these people coming after me? And I know people gonna say everybody always got something to say. That's true. But I feel some type of way because of the simple fact. Like I said, I try to bring truth, enlightenment, knowledge, wisdom to people, encouragement, empowerment. These are the things that I try to bring to people. And if you go on my platform, this is all you'll see. I don't do celebrity gossip. Period. I don't get involved. Because my thing is, it's just all hearsay. If you ever notice, everybody always saying, oh, it's just allegations. Or it's allegedly. You always hear people use that term loosely. Allegedly. So you know what that tells me? You don't have all the facts. You don't know if this is real or not. So what I look like saying something or getting into this realm and talking about these people if I don't have my facts straight? I just sat up here and said I didn't even know that 50 was the face of his TV shows, that he wasn't the one making the stuff, that he acts as the executive producer. I didn't know that information. How am I supposed to know that information? Feel what I'm saying? So I feel like I had to talk about this on this live channel for YouTube to get people to understand. For one, none of these people have your best interests at heart. None of these people give a damn about you. None of these people will help you. And people can call it hate. They can say I'm hating all day. I don't take nothing from nobody. If you got it, and that's how you got your success, you got that. But guess what? This success that them people have, I don't consider it to be the same as somebody who's really doing something active in the community. I'll give you a prime example. A doctor, even though I don't like cops, police, firemen, people that work for the state, your Secretary of States, the people that work at the Human Resource Building. You feel what I'm saying? These people have what I call a successful career. I don't consider nobody, and even though I'm off in the same realm, right? But I'm not out here getting no money from nobody. I'm not asking nobody to buy my songs and pay for my albums. I do what I do because that's what I like to do. And people would say, oh man, you stupid, dude. You can get paid off it. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I represent. Feel what I'm saying? I represent something totally different. A lot of people might not understand it, and that's okay. But I'm in my own lane, doing my own thing. I don't need money from nobody. Anybody who knows me will tell you I've always done things on my own. If it was a way or opportunity for me to get it, I got it. I didn't ask nobody for nothing. I've been stepped on my whole life. That's a different story for another video. I'm not going to get into that. Feel what I'm saying? But I've always been the type of person to get things on my own. So even though I'm on this channel, you might see me on this channel a lot, right? But you're not going to see me posting up no cash links to nothing. PayPal, for GoFundMe's, Cash App, Zelle. You're not going to see me post up none of that stuff because I don't need no money from nobody. Feel what I'm saying? I don't have to get nobody. And I just realized that YouTube, if you get so many subscribers, you get over 1 million subscribers or whatever X amount of number you have to get for you to reach a certain point, they give you money for that. So in my mind, like when I look at these podcasters, I look at them in a different light. And there's no hate to them. Feel what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all do, and I respect that. But my thing is, if you get money from YouTube already, why are you asking people for money? Like, that don't make sense to me. You feel what I'm saying? But back to the post that I made. So yeah, people said a lot of things on there, and it was like it just sent me into this spiral where I'm just sitting up here arguing. I'm basically trying to defend myself on Facebook, and I really feel some type of way. I have arguments with people on social media all the time because I'm on social media. Like, I'm on it that tough because it's my job. It's what this is what I get paid to do. You know what I'm saying? So I have to engage with people, and a lot of those engagements don't come out good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So yeah, I was feeling some type of way, man. I'm like, I gotta keep constantly defending myself. So I just shut the whole thing down, and I thought about it over the weekend, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to step into the light of YouTube, post a video, and I'll let my first video be about the incident that happened on Facebook with the T.I. and 50 Cent beef thing. And people think that I was siding with T.I., especially with all the stuff that's coming out about him now, which nobody has no proof of, but I'll get on that. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, oh, you're on 50 Cent's side. I mean, you're on T.I.'s side. And I'm like, well, I'm not on T.I.'s side per se. I'm only on the side of the spectrum of the disrespect. So let me talk about that. I've seen a lot of people talk about it on the internet, saying that Tiny's picture was already out on the internet, and nobody should really have to have no say about it because it was already out. But what people fail to realize is that's not what people are talking about when they talked about Tiny being disrespected. So let me break this down. It wasn't the point of 50 Cent choosing that picture and posting it up. It was the fact that his beef is with T.I. Why are you bringing his family into this? Y'all got a beef. And no matter what the outcome of the beef is, no matter what the beef is about between them two, the point is, it's between them two. And I find it ironic. There's no hate towards 50. I'm just saying. I find it ironic that everybody that he has beef with or, comes at him for whatever reason, he want to bring other people into the mix that don't have nothing to do with the situation. If you got beef with that person, stick to that person that you got beef with. What you bringing the mom and the son and the granddads and what is the purpose? That's corny to me. To me, don't have to be corny to you or nobody else. It's corny to me because I come from a different time, man. I come from a time where you got beat up for talking about somebody's peoples. Period. I'm one of them people. I give you a short story. I was little. I think I was about 9, 10. Matter of fact, I was like between the ages of 11 and 13. I had a little white girl. We was all playing basketball. I'll never forget it. And we was having a captain session. Feel what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people, will feel in this day and age, they will feel like, well, if y'all in the capping sessions, then nobody's exempt. Anybody can get it. Feel what I'm saying? But, like I said, I come from a different time, and this was before that time. So she said she kept on my mama. I didn't like it. I pushed her. You feel what I'm saying? And I felt bad about it later. I wrote her a letter and all of that, but that's neither here nor there. The point is I come from that time. I'm not the only one. It's a lot of people that come in here and tell you they feel the same way. You say something about my mama, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue. And you have to take what's going to come behind that. You feel that's just like the Anton Daniels and the Corey Holcomb situation. Yes, true enough. Corey Holcomb did say, you kiss white people ass, right? That can be seen a lot of ways. It didn't really have to be seen as disrespect. But we all know, come on now, all of us real people, we all know what Anton Daniels was really doing in that situation. But anyways, Anton responded back by telling him he sucked people's dingling. You know what I'm saying. So I'm from Detroit, 313, 6 Mile, East and West, all day. I come from that way, for real. Anybody tell you, when you tell somebody to suck a part of your genitals, it's going down right then and there. You're not walking away from that situation. Period. Feel what I'm saying? So I come from that place, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that 50 Cent did that, I'm like, you got to take what comes with that, bro. And people all try to side with him and all of that. And you had the other people telling them like, nah, man, he got to pay for that. Now you got to get in the booth. Now you got to deal with this situation. And the way you dealing with this situation is corny. You feel what I'm saying? This is people trying to tell the people that's siding with 50. Like, bro, no, you don't do that. You even had people come from down south telling them like, nah, bro, we don't play that. You don't talk about our mama, bro. So when King retaliated and put Curtis's mother on the shirt, now all the 50 fans want to be butthurt. No, you can't throw sticks and stones at somebody's glass house, bro, and then try to run and play victim. It don't work like that. You got to, first of all, you got to stand on what you do. Everybody know 50 pretty much stand on whatever he does. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't get mad. You put somebody in it that wasn't even initially in the beat. It does not matter if the picture was already out. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. How he did that whole situation was totally on him. You gotta take what you got coming. Feel what I'm saying? Especially when you involving other people that ain't even a part of the beef. His beef not with Tiny, his beef not with King, his beef not with Damani. Naturally, any kid. I just told you I was a kid. Somebody talked about my mama. Yeah, I'm coming at your neck. He's not a kid, but you know what I'm saying. Like, he's a young guy. Yeah, you said something about his mom. Yeah, you gonna feel some type of way. He's supposed to. And then everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, no, he wrong for that. She ain't allowed. It don't matter. Who started what first? That's where you start at. And these 50 fans, man, like, y'all getting out of control, man. Y'all don't listen. Let me say this, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. When it comes to this guy, man, again, I don't take nothing from 50, bro. Feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all got to realize he doesn't have family. He don't have friends. He don't even have a woman in his life. All he do is troll people. Why do we keep pacifying this guy's behavior? How old is he? And people keep telling these people that siding with him this. He's how old? After a while, people are going to start to look at you different. Like, bro, you got to grow up. When are you going to grow up? How is you rich with all this money, doing all these things, making these moves, but you still doing childish things? Please make that make sense. And anybody who pacifies that, I got to look at you different, bro. Because like I said, I come from a different time. I come from a place of respect. I come from a place of values, moral compass, all of that. You feel what I'm saying? You got to draw the line somewhere, man. And the stuff this guy is doing is getting corny now. You've been doing this for how long? Yeah, it was all funny games when you first came out. You past that now. You on a whole different level. You in a position where you can actually help people now, where you can actually do something and make a difference. And you spend it all trolling people. Think about that. And if people didn't know, that whole little plane incident with Ja Rule, come on, bro. That was a setup. Ask yourself, how is it possible? And I'm gonna say this: it's probably a bunch of places that they go and meet up and clash and see each other. You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost no getting around that, right? But here's the point that I'm trying to make. What was the chances of them sitting right behind him, and you got a camera, and you're recording it? Even if it wasn't a camera, you're recording it. Y'all gonna tell me that's not a setup? Y'all gonna tell me that wasn't set up by 50? And it just went wrong. People were basically leaning towards Ja. A lot of people was on Ja Rule's side. I'm not gonna lie. I was on Ja Rule's side. I've always been a Ja fan though. Feel what I'm saying? His music is timeless to me. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a different story. That's neither here nor there. But that whole thing was the setup, bro. What was the chance of them sitting right behind this man and then you recording it? That was a whole setup. So 50 got this whole thing, like people ain't been paying attention. I've been saying this for years. So let me be one of the first people to say this. There's been this thing where everybody has been using controversy, not even really controversy, just a lot of stuff. It's so many stuff, so many avenues, so many angles that I can go down that I can tell you that these people have been using to stay relevant. I've been saying this for years. People do all this crazy, weird, crazy, corny stuff, wild stuff, so they can stay relevant. First thing somebody gonna say when it comes to 50, oh, he was already established. But how did he stay that way? You have to understand, he stayed that way because he was the troller. He trolled his way into back into the spotlight. You gotta understand, all this stuff is publicity for him. All of this stuff is a PR stunt that gets people back on his line. Why do you think his fan base is so big? He didn't have all these fans before. Music wise, yes. But now he's acquired more people because of the things he do. When he started doing the trolling stuff, that kept people keeping up with him. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, like he does all of this stuff. So he stays in the spotlight. Set people up, all kind of stuff, man. And I'm like, it amazes me because I'm like, why is people overlooking this? And people act like they don't see this. You feel what I'm saying? They come up with all these goofy excuses. He got money, he got TV shows, of course he in the limelight. Why is he trolling people though then? Then he get on platforms talking about people. People ain't bothering this man. They ain't even worried about this guy. I promise you they not. You feel what I'm saying? But he just go out of his way to keep people name in his mouth and then wonder why they getting salty about her saying somebody. And then what trips me out is this why his fan base so big. Because he make it seem like he ain't do nothing wrong to them people, that he was might have just been telling the truth, or that they was messing with him first. You know what I'm saying? Half the time, besides this T.I. situation, half the time people don't even be messing with this guy, bro. They ain't just be talking about him. Feel what I'm saying? Nobody got his name and got his name in their mouth, and he just goes out his way to be messing with people, man, trolling people. So it makes me wonder. I'm like, man, I already see he don't have no friends. This is why. To me, in my eyes, you can tell me the story any way you want to. You can tell me how it was published in the news or whatever. To me, this is how he got shot. Doing crazy stuff that you ain't got no business doing. This is why people were shooting at him. This is why you gotta have beefed up security. I'm not saying he got that now. I'm just saying when he came out, he had beefed up security. That's no secret. That's fact. So ain't nobody else sitting there talking about, oh, allegedly, none of that. That's all fact. That's all public knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, like, man, leave people alone. You won't have to worry about the backdraft. Don't nobody bother this guy, man, half the time. You know what I'm saying? But the point is he uses all of this as a way to stay in the spotlight. So now you got Clarissa Shields now. He's called himself trying to out her out. Here's what people don't understand. Because everybody's going against Clarissa and I'm talking about she got caught up. First of all, what people not understanding is Clarissa put it out there and said 50 flew her out there. Now, I don't know all the details of this. I'm just going off of what she said. She said he flew her out there. So people just gonna skip past that. She said that's how she met this dude. Just gonna skip past that. So what I'm getting at is the dude, I was wondering how the dude was able to keep in contact with 50. Now I'm learning that this is 50's artist. So here's where the PR stuff comes in at, because he basically been setting this girl, allegedly, he basically been setting this girl up from the jump since he flew her out, allegedly. Setting this whole thing up. Hey, you my artist. Things kind of dim right now because we ain't getting your music off the ground, right? But if we pull this stunt on whoever, right now it's Clarissa Shields, if we pull this stunt, you can get your music out there now. This is the oldest trick in the book. People been using this tactic for years and everybody just keep overlooking it. They've been using this tactic for years, man. Controversy sells. And it works. Why people don't grasp this, I have no idea. Because if y'all did, we wouldn't spend no energy on these people at all. These people will drift away, go to the background like they're supposed to do. Everybody who got in, did their thing, and died down, just supposed to go to the background and let the newcomers come in. Feel what I'm saying? But the newcomers can't even barely get a piece of the action because you got so many old people trying to come from the back up to the front. Move out the way, nephew. Move out the way, Nate. I want to get some of that action type stuff. On some drunk Uncle Auntie type stuff. Trying to tell y'all, man, listen. The ones who know gonna point out what I'm telling you, man. This stuff has been going on for years. And again, this ain't no hate towards nobody. I don't put no hate on these people. I don't take nothing away from what they've done. They've done what they did. They were successful at what they did. Some more successful than others. You feel what I'm saying? But it was a time where they were supposed to die down from the limelight and go and do something else. And you could tell what people done with their money. That's why they're using this tactic to stay in the limelight. Because a lot of them mismanage their money. This is why they got to turn what they did that got them the bag back into a job. Because they was mismanaging their money. You can tell this. I'm not even a high school graduate. I'm plumb dumb. Not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. Plumb dumb. And if I can see that, me being an idiot, if I can see that, why can't nobody else see it? Especially somebody who got a high school diploma should be able to see this with no problem. One of the things you learn in school was comprehension. Somebody tell me when I've said something wrong. You learn comprehension in school. I'm smart enough to know that. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, when I see this stuff going on, it puzzles me because I'm like, bro, y'all don't see what they doing? So many people have used this tactic and was successful. They get their brands out. They can go get endorsements again and all of this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? All this stuff ain't nothing but a PR stunt. Remember, controversy sells. This is the oldest trick in the book. This is a successful tactic anybody can use. I can go, why y'all think so many why do y'all think so many videos go viral that circulate around controversy? Because that's what people like. A lot of people are dramified. They like that. They like to see drama. It's no different than somebody fighting outside your house and you go look out your window. Everybody want to see what's going on. They don't want to be in it themselves. They don't want their skeletons coming out of the closet, but they gonna go look. That's how controversy work, man. All this stuff 50 doing is a PR stunt. Keeps people into his shows, keeps people going, everybody going back to his music now. I've heard so many people say, oh, that one joint back in the day was good. I'm about to go cop that again. I'm about to go listen to that right now. This gets people in back on his line. He becomes another success now. But what people don't understand is he get money off of you. Let me say this, man, and I'm gonna say this wholeheartedly, no allegedly. 50 don't care about y'all, man. He's never cared about hip hop. Again, it's not hate, it's fact. You can't name one inspirational song he's came out with besides what, 21 Questions? That's the only one you could come up with. Nobody can say any of his songs were empowering to people, that the black community needed that. Nobody can say that. He was just getting in it to get his money, as he was supposed to. Again, I don't take nothing from him. He's supposed to get in and get his money. What I'm telling you is he's never cared for hip hop. People think that he's actually one of the people who reshaped hip hop. He brought in all of that negativity, man. And I'm just calling it as it is. Say whatever you want about me. I don't care. I'm standing on my business, what I feel, and how I feel as far as when it comes to this music stuff. I try to go in a different direction, man. And I'm not here clout chasing nobody. I'm just not saying people's names so I can get viewers. I never ask you for money. I don't want I don't want that status. I don't want that limelight. I come here because people like to hear what I got to say. They think I make some sense. That's why I'm here. And I give that to you for free. You ain't gotta pay me. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. You ever see me ask you for some money? You got the right to tell me fuck off. You got the right to tell me this ninja tripping. He got me fucked up. I ain't giving him shit. You got the right. You got the right to clown me. You understand me? Because I make my own way. I don't need to put somebody's name in my mouth to make a celebrity status for myself. I don't need it. I don't want it. But I do speak the truth. I like for my people to know the truth. I like to empower my people and enlighten my people of things that they don't know or may not know. If you know already, that's cool. And I commend you. And I respect you and got hella love for you because I stick to the ones who are very knowledgeable out here. You feel what I'm saying? But for the people who don't know, I try to give them information that they might not know. That's my realm. I feel like that's my calling. That's my purpose. You feel what I'm saying? This would probably be the first and last time you ever hear me talking about these people. But I felt the need to talk about these people because I want people to understand. We give these people our energy, our money, our time. They don't get that back. They don't get that back. You think them giving it to a charity is doing something? No, because we in the age of information now. We know the majority of these places now are Ponzi schemes. Everything here is getting money off you. Anything that consists of something that you got to pay for, that's getting money off of you. They scamming you, man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I try to watch what I get off into. When it comes to charity events and all that, you know what that says to me? You're scamming people. So when it comes to these people, man, they just scammers. And one of the main things they use is stuff that you already know. Think about that. They sell you stuff you already know. What is we buying? It's not like what they give us, we learning something. We ain't learning nothing. A lot of it is negative. It ain't no positivity. They're not telling you how to grow. One of the things I hate about Jay-Z fans is they'll sit up there and say, oh, Jay-Z speaking game and telling you about money. Name me one person that became successful off of listening to the music of Jay-Z. I'll wait. Because you can't name nobody who's got a testimony of saying, I became successful off of listening to the music, the rap music of Jay-Z. I'll wait. So when I talk about 50, not having 50 Even Nicki Minaj, man, these people reshaped hip hop. That whole Nicki Minaj thing with Little Kim, she basically took her image. It's the same with 50 Cent. 50 Cent took the image of Ja Rule. How many times have people in the industry told you he did the same thing Ja Rule did? He got in the game, sung about women. Even after he talked about the nigga singing to women, what'd he do? Everybody came out telling you the same thing. But my point is, what positivity did he bring with that? Zero. Again, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. You can't tell nobody, you can't tell me somebody out there got a testimony that says, hey, I listened to 50 Cent music and I became successful. You can't tell me nobody. I will wait. You can't tell me nobody, man. So we really have to put on our thinking caps and start thinking, man. These people don't have our best interests at heart. They don't care about us. Only what we can do for them. And that's getting our money. We work our behinds off for the money that we get. We can barely pay bills, car notes, kids' tuition and college fees. Think about, we can barely get food and get clothes so we can make it from day to day. These people got a whole damn wardrobe that lasts them 30 years. Car full of garages. You can't even pay the note for the cars that they got in their driveways and in their garages. Think about that. How much of that do they give back? It would be different if these people were enriching themselves and they was giving this money or having their money give a purpose. I'm not saying take your whole paycheck or whatever all your earnings that you make from being successful and give it away. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, I do feel like you should give a small portion of what you make to people who really need it. How much of that do we see? I'm sorry, charity don't count. So when you see people like LeBron, I'm not a LeBron fan, but when I hear people say he's putting people's kids through college, that's something that's given back. When I hear people say they building buildings, which T.I. has done, building buildings in their community to help families who don't have nowhere to stay, that means something. When we talk about Lil Wayne and all of them, when they put money towards what happened in Katrina, that's doing something. You helped people. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't seen 50 help too many people but itself. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that. Call it what you want to call it. I call it how I see it. I ain't seen him help. We're gonna talk about the artist that he got. He only got one person left. Yayo, he ain't put out nothing in how long? That's his yes man. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. I'm just telling you how it is. That's his yes man. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody else has fallen back. You got Buck doing his own thing, coming back up. Lloyd doing whatever he doing. And I respect all these guys for what they doing, no matter what it is they doing. Feel what I'm saying? But I ain't seen 50 help nobody. Who y'all gonna say? Big Meat's son? He was robbing them. How much he make off these shows? And all he gave him was $5 million. And yeah, I know people gonna say he put him in performing arts school. He put him in acting school. And that's okay. That's doing something. But if you're making all of this money, like, he could at least help the guy take that $5 million. If he really cared about him, he could have helped him take that $5 million and invested in something that could have brought him more money. So just in case they had a falling out or whatever, he would have had something to lean back on. That's doing something. And I know people gonna say, well, he gave him the money. He's a grown man. He's supposed to do what he got to do as a man. He's a young man though. He don't have all that experience that 50 got. 50 successful, right? Ain't 50 successful? So 50 could have gave him tips and showed him what to do with that $5 million, which I highly doubt he did. He claimed He gave him tips and all of this stuff. But giving him $5 million, I don't feel like that was sufficient enough. I feel like he should have gave him 20. He making all these shows, all these episodes. All them episodes cost money. He making money off of that. We're talking like he ain't getting $1 billion just from sitting around. He got $1 billion off of these shows. All you give him is $5 million? I don't think that was enough, brother. Now, if he would have gave him $20 million and he fucked it up, all right, that's on you. But still, he should have been giving him tips and as to how he can invest that and get more money. That's when you really doing something. He ain't did that, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get off this subject, man, because I already know people gonna be in their feelings. I know 50 fans gonna be in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? But I stay neutral. I don't follow nobody. I don't care about these people because I feel like I'm not finna give these people my time and energy like that. I got my own things going on, things I'm doing, things I'm trying to grow, progress in. I don't have time for all of that. You know, I had somebody come and tell me, they had the audacity to tell me, well, you don't follow none of these celebrities, but all up and down your timeline is about celebrities. No, it's not. You can go down my timeline. Everything you see is going to be empower, inspiration, and conspiracy theories. Yes, that you will see. And some of the conspiracy theories center around some celebrities. Feel what I'm saying? They don't mean I'm following them. It don't mean that I'm looking off into what they got. I'm inspired by the conspiracy. I'm inspired by the theory. And I feel like people should know that. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. I'm not here to make nobody believe nothing. I ain't got no guns in nobody's head, force nobody to do nothing. What you believe is what you believe. I'm just here to plant the seed. That's it. What you do with that seed is on you. But I hate when people try to put things off on me like that's what I'm trying to do. I love, once again, you don't see me out here trying to make money from nobody. You don't see me out here asking no money from nobody. Anybody who knows me will tell you I got it on my own. I didn't get no help from nobody. I found out ways to make myself accomplished. I found out ways how to get it on my own. I don't need nothing from nobody. And it's not to be rude, disrespectful, smart ass, none of that. It's just that I grew up at a different time. I grew up where a man had to learn how to be a man. If one wasn't around present, which that was half the time with me. I had one present, but it wasn't all the time. I had to get my knowledge and everything from basically the streets. So the streets was partly my father versus the person who was also a part of my life, who was my father. You feel what I'm saying? But I was always taught, the point I'm making is I was always taught a man got to stand on his own. I can't be out here asking, and it's not, I'm not too prideful to ask for help. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that what I'm saying is I had to make a way for myself. The only way I could do that was living life. I had to learn, and I had to experience life in order for me to be the accomplished man that I am. Feel what I'm saying? In my eyes, that's how you do it. So when it comes to 50 and all of them, they did what they did to be successful. I don't put no hate on that. I don't hate them for that. I feel like that's an achievement. That's a milestone. You feel what I'm saying? They did what they did. They become legendaries, become legends, Hall of Famers, all of this. Even the people in sports entertainment, they become legends, man. They you can't take that status from them. So I commend people who do what they can to be successful. My thing is, let's make sure we're doing something productively where we give that back, where we help somebody. I try to educate people. That's my way of giving back. I don't have a ton of money that I can just throw away. If I did, I would. One of the main things I always wanted to do was build my own shelter. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've been through shelters and I've seen a lot of stuff going on that I didn't like. So I always tell myself, if I grew up and I got a chance to touch some money, I would build me a shelter and I would run it a different way. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm all about that. But I grew up from Malcolm X's, DeMarcus Garvey's, and so on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these people were my inspiration. They helped build and shape me to be the man that I am today. And I'm all about empowering my people. Feel what I'm saying? I have no hate towards nobody, towards other cultures, towards other countries, none of that. I'm just all about right now trying to focus on my people, because we are the ones who are distant from each other. We are the ones that keep killing each other and going against each other. I don't like that. I don't like hearing it. I don't like hearing the stories. It pisses me off. It hurts my feelings, because I'm like, man, how did we get to where we are now? So I understand when people out here trying to find themselves, trying to find spirituality. I understand all of this, because a lot of us people are just trying to find our way, man. And we got so many obstacles. We got so many things that's being thrown in our way that turns us against each other. And I'm tired of seeing it. That hurts me. Feel what I'm saying? We should all, I want to see everybody be successful. I want to see everybody eat. I don't have no hate towards nobody. I love everybody, man. You feel what I'm saying? So when I hear stuff like this, it really bothers me, man. Because I'm like, we could be so much better as a people. But I'm not going to waste everybody's time. I feel like I wasted enough time talking about this crap. Now I feel some type of way. Like I said, it's not my lane. It's not what I do. You'll see what I do in the future, hopefully, if everything goes right. But that's all for me. This is Insane BM, and welcome to Insane Talk. Peace.